All right, good evening and welcome to Called Into Questions, the show that asks difficult questions during a difficult time. My name is Chris King, and I am joined with us today with three fellow Columbia-ites surrounding me. If y'all will say, introduce yourselves right now.
I'm Drew.
I'm Joe.
I'm Pearson.
These are three people that are very close to me who are often competing in my trivias here in town. Good, long friends. We tailgate in the fall should the college football exist at that time. We've been doing it for a good while now, and it's good to see all of you again on the Zoom. Hope all y'all have been taking care in your individual quarantines as this game has gone. Columbia has certainly shut down, and so sadly no trivia to come out to here in town, but I'm glad you were able to join us. This is y'all's first time actually seeing each other during the quarantine. I'm sure y'all have been texting and whatnot, but have you seen?
Yeah, I think so.
Last time I saw you, Pearson. So
yeah, I saw Joe probably last 3 weeks ago, and Drew, it's been longer than that, I think.
Yeah, so it's now you're now seeing each other for the first time since everything is shut down. So that's what we're here is to build community, and is what this trivia game is all about. So the way we have written for each other 15 questions each. So
Robert's here too.
Hi, Robert. Good to see
Hello,
you.
Robert.
Good to see
Hey
you.
everybody. Good to see you. I
And,
hope you all are self-isolating well.
That's right. And our little boxes on the screen. And we have written 15 questions each. So since we are all Columbia citizens here, I have chosen the theme subject of the University of South Carolina. And team and the other team that are surrounding me in the boxes here have chosen the University of South Carolina Sports Edition. And it will be specifically about USC sports. And I am a longtime fan of the university. And I'm very excited because due to a misinterpretation of the rules, we have my set of questions tonight will mostly be about the University of South Carolina, which is a thing I am knowledgeable about, so I'm excited to see what has been cooked up. It is
I
more
blame myself. I misunderstood the assignment.
That's right. It is more USC than trivia, but I'm looking forward to seeing what it is. I will say for the questions I will be asking them are mostly the general knowledge questions that I think will be a good time. And so, but no, I will be reading them each at a set of 5 at a time, and we'll be getting harder and harder as the game goes on. But it's just that. But why don't we go ahead and get a game started today? So I will read you out the first 5 questions of this set. So if y'all want to play at home after I've read all 5, you can pause it and think about it. And we'll see how the game goes on. I'll be keeping score, but just to see how you would do against one of us. Would you do better at me? Do better than them? Do better than both of us? That is the question here we'll decide. So here we go, team. Very best of luck, and I'll read out your 5 questions. Number 1 in round 1. Number 1 is Lactobacillus sanfranciscensis is a bacterium associated with what currently popular product? Number 2, the Spanish Armada was mainly comprised of what type of square-rigged sailing ship whose name is shared with a unit of currency equal to 17 sickles? Number 3, in the 1986 video game The Legend of Zelda for NES, Link is given a sword by an old man in a cave who notably gives what 5-word warning? Number 4, which SNL cast member was nominated for an Emmy for performance in a variety or music program each year from 1989 to 1993, finally winning in 1993 on his 5th try? And number 5, founded in 2013, the Dawn Staley Award is a recognition of the nation's best guard and women's Division I college basketball. Also won by Skylar Diggins and Kelsey Plum, named the 2 Gamecock players to have won the award. So those are the first 5 questions in round 1. If you are thinking about it, go ahead and pause right now, and you can play whenever you are ready. But we will start back with the top of round 1. So number 1 was Lactobacillus sanfranciscensis is a bacterium associated with what currently popular product? And I can let y'all get to talk out loud. And
all right, well, I'm assuming that's hand sanitizer, but I have no clue otherwise.
That's literally all I put as what I thought it could be, maybe. But
Yeah, so lactobacillus. I don't know like the San Francisco part of it, but lactobacillus is like sourdough bread and sour beers. I'm pretty sure. So it's I guess an acid. So I guess it's in hand sanitizer. I don't know. The first thing I thought of was like sour beer, but you're probably right. It's more topical to go hand sanitizer. So I'm fine with that.
you said it's a currently popular product. Is that the end part?
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm thinking hand sanitizer.
Currently popular product.
Currently popular midst Corona season.
Yeah, I mean also like sourdough bread because people are making bread at home.
I
Are they?
would not make bread at my house.
There's like a
While
huge like
risking
global
burning a
flour
bread
shortage
house.
because everyone's buying up
Drew,
all
you
the
bake
flour
other
trying to
things
make
at your
bread.
house.
Huh?
I said, Drew, you bake other things at your house.
Oh, dude, right. I hate look. I
Alright,
don't know about
I'm-
this.
I'm
I would go
fine
with the
with-
San Francisco part. I don't know. No, but
I'm fine with hand sanitizer if you want to do that.
yeah, let's do that. Let's go with hand sanitizer.
So your guess is hand sanitizer. That's a very fine guess, but it is not the
Right.
right
Yeah, I
answer.
know. I like kind of like where Pearson was going with the yeast stuff. Maybe I don't know, or like the sourdough stuff. What do you got?
So you can get a second shot here. I think you should go with a good second gut reaction. What might be a
Right.
right answer? It
I
is-
well, the only other reaction we had was Pearson with sourdough bread.
So San Francisco, as the species name of this genus would say, San Franciscensis is exactly right. It is the germination of what starts a sourdough starter, and sourdough is the traditional bread of the city of San Francisco, and it's very popular. People are making their own bread at home during these troubled times. So it is sourdough is the thing there. I don't know if you can contract that bacteria with hand sanitizer. I don't know if you get it on
It's
your
the
hand.
1% it doesn't kill.
That's right. That's the what. That is like you put Germex into some sourdough bread, kills it immediately. But yeah, sourdough is the bacteria.
All right.
Yeah, you had.
I don't have sourdough at my house right now.
Pearson. You were all over it. with
Shout out to
sourdough.
the baker.
You
Dude,
were
Pearson
like,
nailed it. I like that.
You had the
Pearson.
connection, and it was like, yeah.
Pearson,
Does that count?
Speak stronger.
You get half
Okay.
credit. There's lots of halves are given credit here, so that's a very strong half. But going to number 2 right now was the Spanish Armada was mainly comprised of what type of square-rigged sailing ship whose name is shared with a unit of currency equal to 17 sickles.
I'm
That's a
assuming it's a
galleon, right?
galleon.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Lock it in.
There you go. It is the ship is a galleon, and notably, this is the conversion rate of the Hogwarts currency of 29 bronze newts into a sickle, and there's 17 sickles in a golden galleon. But a galleon is the ship there. Very, very well done.
That's the rate exchange I need.
That's right. It's 20. It's terrible. It's obviously a poor system. Of,
Yeah, people
currency.
think Imperial's bad. It's got nothing on Hogwarts.
29 and 17 are the numbers they use for conversion. That is awful. That is just terrible. Barter system would probably be better than 29 and 17 as the main use of numbers. Number 3 is in a 1986 video game, The Legend of Zelda for NES. Link is given a sword by an old man in a cave who notably gives what 5-word warning?
Pearson, I'll leave this to you
Yeah, this one-
because you
It's-
love Zelda more than I do.
we
So
have
I'll
to
let you
get the
say.
5 words exactly. So it's something to the effect of it's dangerous to go alone.
Yeah, that's it.
It's dangerous to go alone. I think that's it. Yeah. I don't know if that's it exactly or if it's some permutation of that, but
I'm pretty confident it's exactly that.
okay.
But I also wouldn't bet more than like 7 pennies on it. 7
Do we
shekels.
do okay.
Rupee.
Well, yeah. Well,
Right.
are y'all good? Are good locking that in?
Yeah,
I'm
go-
good.
Yeah, what Pearson says.
So according to research I did on like the Zelda wiki, the old man has no name. He's just like a guy that's in that cave, and he has no official name. I think there's a bunch of named characters, but when you take this, he does note it's dangerous to go alone. That is the exact 5-word.
Cool.
Can I also point out as an addendum?
Yes, absolutely.
I guess yeah. This was your thing, Joe. I don't know if you got this on Etsy, but we at our apartment have a key ring where you put your keys on it, and above it, it's the old man. It says it's dangerous to go alone. So
We do have that.
I look at that pretty much looked at that pretty much every day before I left my apartment. So that's
Nice.
ingrained into my brain now.
That's perfect. That's
That's
exactly.
a good find by Joe.
That is the Slumdog Millionaire reasonings I want to hear is why you didn't grow. That is perfect. Number 4 is which SNL cast member was nominated for an Emmy for performance in a variety or music program each year from 89 to 93, finally winning in 1993 on his 5th try?
All right. You
So
said
I was guessing Chris Farley.
his 5th try. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the right era, right?
That's Farley. And didn't Farley die in 93? So they probably gave it to him posthumously.
Maybe that sounds about right. Like I don't that's who I would give the Emmy nom out of that cast. No offense to like Sandler or Spade or I don't even know who's in that era.
Yeah.
Tim Meadows.
I'm good with that.
I loved Chris Farley as a guest for this. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that sounds right. Chris Rock.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I say that's the right era. I think that's the right era. Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna lock in Chris Farley.
Chris Farley.
It is not Chris Farley. He was on the show from 90 to 95, which is, I mean, the same.
Okay. All right. So okay. All right. So it's not Chris Farley. So who else?
I mean, Sandler wouldn't have won an Emmy for.
Right. I don't think it was Sandler. Also, I think Sandler's too late. I think that's the thing we're finding out. I think.
Yeah, Dana
Sandler was
Carvey
just
maybe.
too late.
You think Dana Carvey's won an Emmy?
So like, Carvey, when was like him and like Mike Myers on? And like, I like Dana Carvey. He could have won for his own show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. I guess he didn't have to win for SNL. You said SNL cast member.
Oh, I will say this is for the TV show Saturday Night Live for
Okay,
work
all right.
for work on SNL.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like it was a.
Yeah,
Big
you're the SNL expert here, Drew.
Yeah, I know this one's good. Like,
Yeah, I
it
don't
was a
think I've
big
ever
deal.
watched
I know it was a big
SNL,
deal
like,
when
on my own
Kate
and
won
shit.
it because it was a while for an SNL cast member to win. In between, since probably this person. And you said it's a male, right? You said it's a male?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh. Like, I mean, Dana Carvey's
We can't phone a friend, right?
It is
Yeah.
I mean, just the people around you. You can't go,
Yeah, no,
Hey, Kat.
I wish.
yeah.
What SNL
Oh,
cast
that
member
is-
won an Emmy in 1993 after being nominated 4 other times? You know?
93?
Nah, that's probably too early, I think.
What'd she say?
Nah,
Oh.
she doesn't know.
All right. Well, look, I mean, I can't think of another guess. So I say Wayne's World. Party on. I don't think it's Will Ferrell. Like, Will Ferrell's too late. So I think, yeah. I think,
Yeah.
so I think it's, yeah, let's go with.
You want to go with Carvey or Myers?
Let's go with Dana Carvey. I feel like he's
Okay.
got more characters. Church
Yep.
Lady.
Yep.
John
Yep.
Broccoli.
Dana Carvey.
Well, isn't that special? It is.
Yeah, look at
Oh,
that.
good,
There we
good,
go.
good.
Okay, so
No,
we got
this is
Chris
general,
right too.
you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dana Carvey was, like I said, it was as far as I can tell, this was the like variety show category.
I can see that. Yeah.
It was looking at Emmy Awards 2006. Basically, SNL cast members started getting nominated for like acting in a comedy series. So this was so they're competing against like people on like sitcoms and whatnot. So,
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
this was the main award you would have received for acting in SNL. But Dana Carvey was nominated 5 years in a row. A number of folks were nominated over time, but yeah, he was 5 consecutive, the longest. I think one of the longest streaks there. Very well done. And the last question in the set is founded in 2013. The Don Staley Awards are recognition of the nation's best guard in women's Division I college basketball. Also won by Skylar Diggins and Kelsey Plum, named the 2 Gamecock players to have won
This
the
is
award.
great. This is great. I love this. I love this. Obviously one's got to be 80. Wait, so it's just the top scholar athlete. Is that essentially what it is?
Nation's best guard.
Oh, guard. Oh,
Division
okay.
I
All
basketball.
right, so guard. All right, so top guards. I immediately think of Tiffany Mitchell for historic Gamecock.
Yep. That's a good one.
I'm trying, but I'm trying to think of a that. Can I at least submit that one as a guess? Is that all? Or no? You know, no. Let's think. So, who's another good guard?
I don't know. I hope no one that
in our
I
little-
work with is listening to this because they're gonna be mad that I don't know this.
Yeah, I don't think I can name more than one women's
Oh,
player from the last 15 years.
Well, it's also Dawn Staley, so you got to eliminate some legends of prior year. You know, like Martha Parker, Hester, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was 2013 was when the award was founded. So it's not.
very recent, right? So it's these recent teams.
How about Tiffany Mitchell twice?
Well, okay. I like Tiffany Mitchell, and then who? I mean, we were pretty good this year. I mean,
Yeah.
who-
I mean, did Ty Harris win it this year?
yeah. So let's go with Let's go with Harris and Tiffany Mitchell.
And
Even though,
the 2014-2015 season was Tiffany Mitchell.
okay.
And even though there were no March Madness this year, the 2019-2020 award goes to Ty Harris.
Ty
So
Harris.
very,
Nice.
very
Look
good.
at
Good
that.
job, Drew.
Got them both. So
Look at that.
on all that, you got 3 straight out and then 2 halves. So you'll take 4 points in the first round. So very well.
Cool.
done.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
That is exciting.
Good. That was a good round. Good work,
All
guys.
right, now the tables have turned, and I get to
Yeah.
hear more U of SC. So.
Yeah, look, I feel bad for the people who, again, apologies. I know even as a listener, I misunderstood the assignment. Maybe there's some clues. I don't know. Maybe some of these people are more famous. Some of these are definitely a little esoteric and specific to South Carolina lore. So the ones at home are going to be a little lost.
if I get USC trivia, I'd rather get it from y'all. That's the important thing.
So that's very kind. All right. And then also we're going to mix in random trivia that we've found along the way here. All right. So
That's what trivia is. The things we found along the way. That is what all trivia is. So.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, all right, here you go. So question number 1 is, let me find some of the easier ones here. Okay. Question 1. Though the Gamecocks is also 2 syllables, what football team makes Darius Rucker cry? Number 2. Darla Moore, class of 1975, was one of 2 first female members of Augusta National Golf Club. Who was the other? All right. Number 3, for the oldest freestanding academic library in the United States is the South Caroliniana Library, built in 1840 and designed by which famous architect? Number 4, though only having visited the state of South Carolina for 5 hours, whose words are commemorated outside the president's house saying, let me get the quote right, sorry. It is wonderful to be young and a student at the University of South Carolina.
Okay.
And what about number 5? Number 5 is, which school president is buried on the horseshoe at the university? So those are the 5 questions that I have for you.
So, if you are a diehard Southern USC fan, you can pause it right here and think about what your answers might be. We will start back up at the top again. So if you were at number 1.
All right, so back to number 1. Though Gamecocks is also 2 syllables, what football team makes Darius Rucker cry?
This is a very funny question, Darius Rucker, a USC attendee. We probably gave him an honorary degree at some point, right? I don't think he graduated.
I would hope so.
Right? That seems weird if he didn't. In the 30 years since to give him the honorary degree and not give it to him. This is just I remember being disappointed because I always thought in the only want to be with you the Hootie and the Blowfish Classic. I thought that the line "the dolphins make me cry" referred to watching sea life in the ocean, and then which is very beautiful. I mean, watching dolphins in the ocean is a very beautiful thing, but apparently it refers to the dolphins of Miami-Dade County, and I'm very disappointed that apparently is what it is about. And so I guess less romantic imagery is the Dolphins football team, but I will say the Dolphins as my guess here.
That is correct. Yes. Yeah. You know. All right. Number 2 was Darla Moore, class of 1975, became one of the first 2 female members of Augusta National Golf Club. Who was the other?
That is right. Another sports figure in her own right, because now she gets to call the shots on which teams make the playoffs, apparently, in the different
right. I think she's off the committee now finally.
But got you.
I think there's like a term limit, I think, with that. But
not that I trust anybody that'd be on that committee in any capacity. But I believe Condoleezza Rice is the woman.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. Yes, that former Secretary of State herself.
Yes. Do we know how Darla Moore or Condoleezza Rice did playing golf at Augusta National? And I remember the news story. I never heard any.
Oh, that's a good question.
If any scorecards ever got.
I gotta look that in. I gotta look into that.
Yeah, what was Darla Moore's?
Got to see the handicap.
Or was she just did she have clubhouse privileges? Is that what basically she had? There was.
She's got a green jacket. That's what matters. Okay.
There you go. She was an amateur winner one year. I'm pretty sure. I think that was. She was there with Jim Nance there in the butler's cabin.
Right over by the fireplace. All right, now we'll go to number 3. Excuse me, sorry. 3. Though only having visited the state of South Carolina for 5 hours, whose words are commemorated outside the president's house on the Horseshoe, saying it is wonderful to be young and a student at the University of South Carolina?
My mom was attending USC at the time when this man came and visited at the university, and he did a mass at Williams-Brice Stadium. That is Pope John Paul II.
That is His Holiness himself.
That's right. Who is now
making a brief appearance here.
Right.
And
I guess Williams-Brice is campus too. I mean, the university owns it, so there's maybe more. But yeah, probably 5 hours in Sumter Street proper, that neck of the woods. And, and there's a chair in the president's house at USC that's where he sat in. You can visit it when you go to see the president there in his house. Cool.
That is correct. Yes.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah. It's
All right, and then what was it? Number 4 was the oldest freestanding academic library in the United States, the South Caroliniana Library, built in 1840 and designed by whom?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know why. This is the Charleston-born architect who would later design the McBride Monument in the middle of the
Maxie
Monument. I don't know why I said McBride. I got McBride on the mind. That's not good. And then
Drew, don't help him.
Later, the Washington Monument. This would be Robert Mills of his district.
That is also pretty much the only famous architect that I can know around these South Carolina parts. But
yeah, that's a fair, exactly. That's a very
if there's a trivia question around that, I'm always guessing Mills.
He's a good guy.
And that is correct on this one as well.
And finally, which school president is buried here at the university's Horseshoe?
He's also a namesake of he's buried in front of the Carolina Library. He's the namesake of one of the 11 Horseshoe buildings. This is James Ryan McKissick.
That is very specific to the university here, but look, just like that, if you're from here, you know that is.
Yes, this is a lot of campus lore, which I'm all about campus lore and everything. He was a very genial man who was the president of USC before the Second World War. He smoked a pipe and he rode a bicycle. The students gave him around.
I always see the bike pics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the real shot of McKissick, and probably the most famous. He's probably the most liked president of the university until Harris Pass Cities. So
There you go. But
no,
so there you go. So, very USC specific, but
exactly. So I think I started out with a fine set so far, but there is more to go, and I look forward to seeing what happens here. So it's back to y'all as we start round number 2. So here we go. I will read out the questions for y'all. All right, in round 2, number 1 is I want you to name one of the 2 main countries that is the setting of the 2019 sequel novel, The Testaments. Number 2, referencing a 1972 film, what is the Twitter handle of internet reviewer Matt Nelson? Number 3, what short word is the last word in the title of a 2002 mumblecore film directed by Andrew Bujalski, and also is the last word in the title of a 2012 mumblecore film directed by Noah Baumbach? Number 4, the title of what 2 Beatles songs, both released on studio albums, is just a woman's first name? Parenthetical subtitles count here, so Anna Go to Him is incorrect. And number 5, of the 13 Gamecocks who were drafted in the first round of the NFL, name the 3 with alliterative names. So those are the 5 questions in round 2. If you want to take a moment to think about them, you can pause it here. But we will start back up at the top. Number 1 is name one of the 2 main countries that is the setting of the 2019 sequel novel, The Testaments.
2. Okay. Sequel novel, which means it's a book.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
I will concur. I'll give you a hint. That is true. It is about a book. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. 2 countries. All right. The Testaments. Anybody got an
Israel.
idea what that?
Egypt.
Okay. That. So you think biblical maybe?
Yeah.
I honestly.
Syria, Israel.
So
Egypt.
I know there was a sequel to the was there a sequel to the Da Vinci Code? But that's not that book. That's the first thing that came to my mind, like outside of biblical countries.
I mean, like, there's like been multiple sequels to that, I think, or at least follow-ups.
I've never heard of this book, so I can't really
yeah, I'm
contribute
trying
much.
to think. So it's so I'm trying to think of a popular book that then spawned
Good luck with that.
that recently and relatively recent with 2019.
Well, the sequel is 2019. The original could have been 40 years ago. For all
That
we
is
know.
very true. That's I've seen
Just ask Harper Lee
or George R. R. Martin. Yeah, Harper Lee.
or Stephen King or anybody.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't have a good guess. I would just say Israel, but that's
Yeah, so we're just trying
I
to
feel like
think
that's just too obvious.
countries.
But then,
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Testaments. Yeah, Israel and Palestine. No, Israel and Turkey. I don't even know what touches Israel.
You can name one country.
Man, you're really trying to help us out here.
If you're not guessing 2, you can just guess 1. So
Yeah, I know, right? Okay. What do you like? You like Israel? Let's just go with Israel for now.
It has a very biblical name, but it is not about the Middle East here. So I'll give you a hint that the original book has been adapted into a very successful TV show.
You're not talking about that Bible show on History Channel, are you?
Well, he didn't say. I don't think it's religious, though. Didn't he say?
Is there a sequel to the Bible, or is that just the New Testament?
The Book of Mormon. The Book of Mormon.
Ah,
As the lyric in the Book of Mormon says, do you mean that the Bible's actually a trilogy and the Book of Mormon is Return of the Jedi? Joseph
Right.
Smith, American Prophet.
I
So it's
mean,
not Middle East.
so I mean, popular. I don't know. Like Jack Ryan was like big. I don't know. Like, but like, that's kind of that was like. But I'm trying to think of some other.
Was Tom Clancy still alive last year? Didn't he die recent, like a while back? I don't know.
That's very true. Yeah, he definitely just died. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, but they can always release something post-mortem, I guess.
Uh,
Dude, I got
He
nothing.
said it's a biblical name, I think, but it's not in the Middle East. So what countries have biblical names that aren't in the Middle East?
I will say that of the
But I
two,
might have misheard
the
Chris.
two correct answers, one of them is made up. One of them is a fictional country.
Oh.
And
Uh,
I will also say that the TV series has run on Hulu.
okay, that sounds like it's that Handmaid's Tale thing.
You've given us so many
Yeah.
hints, and I've narrowed it down to a country on Earth. That's not in the Middle East.
Do you
Yeah,
watch?
Drew, I haven't watched Handmaid's Tale, so you're gonna have to help us with that.
Yeah, I haven't seen Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, so the Handmaid is so 2019.
I know Offred's a thing.
that is a character in the show and a character in the book. So The Testaments is the Booker Prize winning sequel to Margaret Atwood's Handmaid's Tale, also written by Margaret Atwood. And the show and book is set in the Kingdom or Republic of Gilead, Gilead. And the other country in the sequel, I have not read it, but it is they are trying to leave Gilead and go to Canada because Canada is a real location. Margaret Atwood's a Canadian author, and so Gilead is somewhere in the Canadian land, and it's going from Gilead.
Are we sure Canada's a real place?
What'd you say?
Are we sure Canada's a real place?
I think so. I didn't really know. From my understanding, I thought Gilead was like Canada's sequel, like basically Canada like fell and then that was the new place. But apparently they're different. Apparently Canada is its own location in the Handmaid's Tale universe. Well, like I didn't know it was two different areas. But so yeah, Gilead or Canada will be set there because Margaret Atwood's from Canada. Number 2 is referencing a 1972 film. What is the Twitter handle of internet reviewer Matt Nelson?
I've never heard of Matt Nelson, so I'll leave it up to you two.
Me either,
Well-
but Godfather came out in 1972, so that's an easy pun. I think Godfather came out in 72.
Because 1972.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
that
The Cannoli, is that his name? Don't answer, Chris.
I love that. That is a great. That's my favorite quote.
Or take the Cannoli.
Like
leave
he
the
probably
credit.
didn't take. He couldn't take Podfather, right? Because that's Bill Simmons.
No, yeah, that's a good thing. So I'm trying to think what else came out in 72. That's got to be it, right? It's got to be Godfather. So let's go with what's his name? Matt Nelson. And he's what does he do? He's a
He reviews on the internet, and it's on Twitter specifically.
he reviews the internet on Twitter.
He on the internet. He reviews. I didn't say what he reviews, but he's a reviewer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's a reviewer on the internet.
Yes.
Baked goods.
So I like Godfather as a thing. I like Godfather.
I mean, that's the only movie I can think of off the top of my head that I know for sure came out in 1972.
I mean,
And I'm not even sure about that. I just think that's right.
probably a reason though why that wouldn't be.
I don't know.
And in which case, if you review stuff, you would be. Well, all right, hold up. I mean, is there another one that? I'm trying to think of another. Is there another movie then that kind of means moving around, doing stuff? I'm trying to think of other old-ish 72 movies.
I've been trying to watch some old movies. It'd be typical Chris to.
And what else came out that year? I don't know. Did Chinatown come out in '72? Was that later?
That's what I was about to say. It'd be typical. I did just watch that, so it'd be typical Chris to look at something I just did and then make something off it.
That was probably later than '72, though.
I can give y'all a hint about lead you to a good direction here.
Okay.
All right.
It's going to help to know what Matt Nelson reviews.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Have you ever heard of this guy?
Specifically, he's not so much a reviewer as he is a rater.
Oh. So he's like
Is
a
he the
Yelp.
guy who rates the dogs on the dog account that they're always
Oh.
That's
All right.
like
So what's a dog movie? The Dogfather?
I don't know if he is or not. I don't know what dog movie.
Does he
would be
rate
out in
dogs?
17.
I like that.
If he does, then Dogfather would work.
When did Star Wars come out?
77.
77.
Okay. Because I know there's a guy named Darth that does dogs.
I don't
I
know.
like
know that
dog
there's some
things.
guy
I
on
like that. I
Twitter
like
who,
dog
some
things. I
person
like dog things. No,
who
I like.
just rates dogs.
Dude,
Like
I like.
14.
I like. What am I saying? Let's go dog. Let's go dog.
Dogfather? Can we go Dogfather?
It sounds like a Snoop Dogg reference, but let's just go with that. Let's go with
Yeah.
Dogfather.
As a Twitter person named Brant was once told, they're good dogs, Brant. And Matt Nelson is the chief CEO of We Rate Dogs, where he
Nice, Joe.
gives good dogs
Go.
13 out of 10. And his Twitter name is he is the Dogfather.
Good teamwork on that.
Joseph.
That was-
Yeah.
Extremely
Right.
Godfather
I guess we
dogs.
got there. We had help. We had help, but it was nice.
I'll take it.
good.
Considering I don't have Twitter.
72 Godfather knowledge. I was hoping that could be the end there. If you could know that you knew 72 Godfather immediately, which you did, which was very good. Going to number 3 is what short word is the last word in the title of a 2002 mumblecore film directed by Andrew Bajowski, and also is the last word in the title of a 2012 mumblecore film directed by Noah Baumbach.
That's Ha.
Ha.
Yeah, Francis Ha. I didn't know the 2002 one, and as soon as he said Mumblecore, I threw up in my mouth a little bit, but I'm pretty sure it's Ha.
You said it's just one word? Yeah.
Yeah, short word, H-A, Ha.
Oh yeah, then yeah, because I was about to say because I think I was like I think he did like Squid and Whale, but yeah, he definitely did Francis Ha. So yeah, let's go with Ha. Ha ha.
That is
Ha.
the first one, which was apparently the pioneering film of the mumblecore genre, is Funny Ha Ha, was the original film there. And Francis Ha, which was directed by Noah Baumbach and written by Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig, are the two people there. But Ha is the short word there, which is interesting that two films in the same genre, a very specific genre, have like a word like Ha is, both begin with F and both end with Ha, which I think is very peculiar. But no, Ha is the word. Very well done. Number 4 is the title of what two Beatles songs, both released on studio albums, is Just a Woman's First Name. And parenthetical subtitles count here, so Anna, Go to Him is incorrect.
Would because my first thought was Polythene Pam, but I feel like Polythene would
That's
discount
true.
it
That's dose.
because is it only one word?
One
Yeah,
word.
just solos.
Oh, I missed that. I just heard woman's first name.
Like-
Never mind.
yeah.
So Lovely Rita couldn't be right because it's got to be a single.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a great question.
Don't they have a
Which favorite
song
game?
named Julia?
Yeah, where's Will?
Yeah, Julia's on White Album. Good one. That's one for sure.
Yeah, I've been singing that one. I didn't know that was the name title, but I like that.
And then
Do we have to name both or just one?
Yeah, we have it in both.
Half credit for one and full credit for both.
so we got at least half credit. Her Majesty is one
What's-
woman, but I guess
What
it's
isn't
two.
there an Esther song or something? Is that a thing?
That's Fish.
That's Fish. No.
Yeah, with the guy who or the doll or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting song.
The Armenian man. Okay, how about Michelle?
Oh, that's definitely.
Ooh, good one.
Michelle, my belle, Soleil Mon. Yeah.
Dude, there you go. Come on.
Michelle and Julia.
And that's
Yeah.
both of them. Michelle from Rubber Soul and Julia from the White Album. Those are the
Fuck
two.
yeah.
They're very
Nice.
fun.
All right.
Very good finds on both. And then we go to number 5 here is of the 13 Gamecocks who were drafted in the first round of the NFL, name the 3 with alliterative names. Their first and last names begin with the same letter.
All right. So Jonathan Joseph, I guess, was a first rounder.
Sure. And then gotta be Sterling.
Was he?
Sterling Sharp. I don't know.
Yeah, JJ definitely was, which I know you're like, what? But yeah,
'Cause
there's
he was like a
there's a
JUCO
long
guy
history
for me.
of defensive backs from South Carolina, I think, getting a little over.
Because that would have been the 2006 draft.
Yeah.
I'll go with you on that, Drew. I'm not
I
gonna,
believe it.
I'm not gonna fight you.
I'm feeling it. I feel confident.
Yeah. So
And he's
Sterling
still in the
Sharp.
league. He's still in the league, mind you.
Yeah, which is crazy.
I mean, so he's John. Look, you got to represent. All right,
Sterling
so,
Sharp, Jonathan Joseph. All right, there
And-
aren't that many first rounders to go through. Who are all the other ones? Not Jadavian, not Stephon, not George Rogers, not that tight end Willie something from the 1981 draft. What was his name? Someone called the show literally today asking about this guy, Willie something. He
Was it
just-
Taggart or something?
No. I don't know. Willie, it's like Willie Scott, maybe. I don't know. He was the 14th overall pick as a tight end in the 1981 draft, which is kind of cool. But it's not him. So it's not him, not Clowney, not Gilmore,
not Melvin.
not Rogers. So we've got 6. We only have 7 more first rounders to get.
Not Melvin Ingram.
It wasn't Troy Williamson.
Not Troy Williamson. Not. Let's think. How about? Oh, Brandon or what? Yeah, he didn't get drafted. Brandon
A
Bennett.
first rounder.
Yeah, Brandon Bennett wasn't a first rounder.
No,
Now I'm trying to go back to alliterative
he was
people.
on a first round draft pick.
Right now, I'm just trying to. Antonio Allen was not a first rounder, I don't think.
He was not, but he was
I don't think
good
he got
for
drafted.
us at least.
How about?
I feel like it's gonna be someone from like the 60s.
No way. Nah. We didn't have. I don't know if we had a first rounder for a while. Till like the 70s or 80s, maybe. How about? Man, wow.
Yeah.
That's a great question. And Javon Kinlaw's not going to break it. So that dog knows. He's telling he doesn't answer.
It really doesn't it?
That's a good. Oh wow.
All right, so no quarterbacks,
Right.
obviously. The only
No.
running back is George Rogers.
Probably.
Wide receivers, Sterling Sharp.
Robert Brooks, I
And-
don't think he was a first round pick, and that's not alliterative, anyways.
Yeah, Alshon was second round, right? And Debo was
Yeah.
second round.
Nevertheless, having non-alliterative names.
Sydney's not alliterative. I don't remember where he got drafted. Probably about
Oh,
14.
dude! Wait, when did Hayden Hurst get drafted?
Ah, it's Hayden Hurst. Nice. Yeah, he was. I think he was like 26, maybe.
Okay, yeah, then there you go. That's our final. That's got to be it. That's got to be
Yep.
it.
All right, Hayden Hurst, Jonathan Joseph,
And Sterling Sharp.
and Sterling Sharp.
Yeah.
Sterling Sharp was in the 88 draft. Jonathan Joseph was in the 06 draft. Chris Culliver
Oh.
was a
He was
third-
not a first rounder.
He was not a first round pick.
Third round pick. Hayden
Okay.
Hurst.
Don't even. Dude, he said some anti-gay stuff. We can't endorse that sometimes.
Yeah,
Dennis Daly was a 6th round pick as well.
yeah, to the Panthers last year.
There's
That's
not
first round heart.
there's not too many alliterative players. If you look at everyone's ever been drafted, even any round, not too many alliterative ones. But yeah, Sterling Sharp, Jonathan Joseph, and Hayden. I wouldn't give y'all a player from the 60s that no one
I don't know what to say.
Cool. Good.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey,
Ooh,
Kurt.
that's not even a
Good
person.
Good pull. Good pull.
No, and on all that, I say you got the last 3 in for sure, and then half on the Dogfather, so 3.5 on all that.
All right.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because then we had like 17 hints for the Godfather.
Yeah.
Good, extremely good thinking on all that, and so very well done. All right, so now the second half of round 2.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I've messed up a little bit in terms of hard as well. But I don't know. All right, whatever. I'll try to find 5 that I think are going to be this level of difficulty. Again, kind of USC themed. I might even throw in Joe's question at this point.
That's fine.
I'll ask that one.
Okay, yeah, I'll let Joe ask it. Joe, you ask your question right now.
All right. So recently at work, Chris, I got switched to working an account that does imports liquor and beer into the country.
Okay.
And so I was doing a shipment with mezcal and tequila on it, and I learned what the requirements are for something to be tequila. If it's otherwise, if they don't meet at least these 2 requirements, it's considered mezcal. The first one being that the drink has to be made from blue agave. Fun fact. And the second one is that it has to be made in this Mexican state.
I'm doing a trivia
Otherwise,
game. Come out. What you doing?
It is not tequila.
Bring your beer.
Sure. Okay.
That's one. Jury do the rest.
All right, so that was 1. All right, number 2, pinning Deliverance is the most notable achievement of what author? A teacher and USC's poet in residence from 1968 until his death in 1997. Number 3, for 3 semesters after graduating from Sumter High, also Gamecocks, USC was the home to this artist who currently holds the record for most expensive painting done by a living artist. Number 4, what USC alum played backup to Percy Sledge and recorded an R&B album with B.B. King and Isaac Hayes, but is more famous for being a top Republican political strategist of the 1980s and a former RNC chair? And we have one more, number 5. Wait, no, that was it. That was number 5. Was it not?
No, there was the beer question.
Oh, I lied. Sorry. I have it. Sorry. My bad. All right. My bad. Number 5 is who is the youngest signer of the Declaration of Independence? The building name for him and his brother is also the oldest on university campus. So there you go. Those are the 5.
5 questions there. I think many of these can certainly be gotten by a non-attendee at the university.
There you go. Right. So hopefully there was enough clues in there.
There you go. So if you're thinking about it, you can pause it here. We'll start back up at the top. So number 1, Joe has left the screen, but I believe the question.
Hold on, I'm sending a Snapchat. I'll be right back.
Got you.
Okay, I'm back.
Chris hates it.
Okay, I'll repeat the question, but I'll be more to the point. So tequila, to be considered tequila and not mezcal, there are 2 major requirements. There might be like some little small like details, but these are the 2 major ones. The first one is that it has to be made from blue agave. The second one is that it has to be made in the Mexican state of what?
Yeah.
What's the name of the state?
Yeah. So Max, I'm sure I knew this. Like I feel confident I knew this at one point that tequila and all the distinction between mezcal and tequila. And I'm trying to come up with the names of the Mexican states. I don't really have them learned. I know there's a bunch of them, and there's a few that are more famous than other ones. I don't have a lot of good knowledge here.
I'm trying to think of some place to go off of.
I have like
For the hint,
I mean,
maybe.
I don't. The name doesn't really rhyme for me with like Oaxaca or Veracruz or Tabasco. I'm going to go with Coahuila, Coahuilla or something like that. I think it's one of the bordering with USA. I think it's like it borders. I'm going to say Coahuila, or however the pronunciation would be, is my guess.
That is not correct. Sorry.
Looks great.
What is
I don't know how, but
What is-
I'm assuming it's like Jalisco or something.
Jalisco, it looks like.
Jalisco.
How do you spell it?
Jalisco.
Yeah, I think I've seen that on as one of them, but I didn't have that. That's very good.
Yeah.
It's a good.
I just learned it on Friday because I screwed something up by calling it mezcal when it's supposed to be tequila because it was from that place. So
It's like it's like champagne. You can only call it champagne if it's from the.
Yep.
That's how it goes. Yeah,
Its
that's
capital is Guadalajara.
That's where Guadalajara is. Oh, okay.
That probably could have been nice secondary information. There.
Even if I had,
yeah, sorry.
There you go.
That was a very last second question. So
no, that's very good. That's a very, very good question. Very, good real world, coming together there. Very good. No, I enjoyed that. I just did not have my Mexican geography. I'm very disappointed about. That was solid. Let's go to number 2 as we shake off of that. My perfect score.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Give you the hard one. Okay, here you go. So, number 2, Penning Deliverance is the most notable achievement of what author? Who was a teacher and USC's poet in residence from 1968 until his death in 1997.
He also plays the cop in the end of the movie Deliverance that questions John Voight's character as he's trying to leave. And this is Mr. James Dickey is the author in question.
Yeah, I just saw Deliverance for the first time last night. That's why I had to do something.
It's I'm glad it doesn't really. I think it plays the South badly, and it is by a South Carolinian author, and it's technically set somewhere in South Carolina, Georgia. But I don't think it's not like a movie that screams like South Carolina. We just know it's the South somewhere, which is good for the reputation of the state.
I learned they did all their own stunts in it, so that was interesting.
Yeah, that's why they were all very mad. I think the director of the movie was pretty. I forgot who directed Deliverance, but apparently he was very adamant. He was very strong about doing.
Borman.
Who was it?
John Borman.
Apparently he was very adamant about their stunts, and apparently James Dickey punched them in the mouth. There was some kind of fight. Dickey was there on set, and apparently he punched the director, and somebody lost a couple of teeth. I think it was a real actual fight. James Dickey, I believe, enjoyed some alcohol throughout his life, and but I think he got in a fight with the director of Deliverance while making it. And that's a fun behind-the-scenes look of Deliverance. There you go.
Hey, nevertheless,
The machines will fail, and then
we represent and love. And Deliverance was good. It held up. I liked it. It was a fun movie.
not fun, but good. Yeah.
I enjoyed the experience. So here you go. Question 3. 3 semesters after graduating from Sumter High, USC was home to this artist. Currently holds the record for most expensive painting done by a living artist.
This man was the 3rd most famous pop artist of the 20th century after Andy Warhol and Roy Lichtenstein. And this is the painter of many American flags. This is Jasper Johns.
Yes, another alliterative name.
Right.
USC, he would have been a first-round pick, I think.
I like to think so. If he wouldn't have redshirted his first year, I think he could have gone the distance.
Exactly. All right, number 4. What USC alum played backup to Percy Sledge and recorded an R&B album with B.B. King and Isaac Hayes, but's more famous for being a top Republican political strategist in the 1980s and a former RNC chair?
Yeah, I think the Southern strategy has come to light in recent times. In case there's another go at racism in the South as a 2020 campaign strategy. But I believe the man in question here is, I think, Lee Atwater.
Lee Atwater, yes. Good friends with George George W. or Jr. as he called him.
Yeah, I knew like he played music. I didn't know he like the BB King and Percy Sledge. Like that's all.
Very. He recorded an album with them. You know, he really embraced the R&B, and the R&B legends embraced him.
Good on him.
Might have been another tactic. For
Doing
him.
hang out with BB King, not so much scaring white people into racism. That's not
Right. There you go. All right. Question 5 was, I asked you, who was the youngest signer of the Declaration of Independence? And there's a building on USC's campus named for him and his brother, which is the oldest building on campus.
That's right. He is this person is the one who sings Molasses and Rum in the musical 1776. And this is Edward Rutledge, the person in question. Signed up.
Once again, you're proving very knowledgeable in your USC history, at least.
Yes, I'm excited. These are very, very well-written questions. This is all very fantastic. And no, this is I'm very pleased about that. Edward Rutledge and the President Saul Rutledge building, the oldest one on campus.
Doing well. So nice job.
And then, I think I get the 4 there. Joe's tequila messed me up there. So
You should drink more alcohol, Chris. Clearly, you're not an alcoholic.
there's drinking it, and then there's knowing where it came from. Many people that enjoy one don't worry about the other. It's really tequila isn't about it's more about the destination than it is the journey. That is what tequila is best enjoyed. So I'm pretty sure. But so I got 4 on that, but we go to our last set of 5 for y'all in the hard and the crazy hard categories here. This is the half-court shot of questions. If anything goes in, then it's congratulations on that. So here we go. Here are the 5 questions.
We win $50,000.
It's not. There's no money at stake here. Zero at all. I cannot stress that enough. Here we go. Number 1 in round 3. Number 1 is Jacob Rupert, Ed Barrow, Miller Huggins, and Joe McCarthy are the 4 people mentioned by name in the most famous speech delivered by what person? And I will say as a quick note, Joe McCarthy does not refer to the anti-communist senator of the same name.
Well, I was about to say.
It is not that person. Number 2, post NBC's era of must-see TV, shows like My Name is Earl, The Office, Parks and Rec, 30 Rock, and Community were all features of what block of shows with a 4-word title? Number 3, name both the German city and the German state home to the Helmholtz Center for Heavy Ion Research, where it has discovered elements like boron, Copernicum, and 2 elements named after the city and the state. Number 4, Erin Everly, the daughter of Don Everly of the Everly Brothers, is the subject of what 1988 Billboard #1 hit? And number 5, the Gamecocks beat the UCLA Bruins 2-1 on June 29th, 2010 to win the College World Series. That is probably not a spoiler alert for y'all.
Love it.
I want you to name the 5 Gamecock pitchers that threw a pitch in that game.
Ooh.
This is the hardest question of the category. And like I said, I want it to be
That's great.
stakes as high as possible. But those are the 5 questions in round 3. Take a moment to think about it if you want, and we'll start back up at the top. So number 1 is Jacob Rupert, Ed Barrow, Miller Huggins, and Joe McCarthy are the 4 people mentioned by name in the most famous speech delivered by what person? As Joe McCarthy does not anti-communist senator with the same name.
All right, Joe
All right,
McCarthy.
I don't even have a good guess for most of these.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Joe McCarthy, Ed Mullins. Wait, what'd you say? What were the names?
Jacob Rupert, Ed Barrow, Miller Huggins, and Joe McCarthy are the 4 people mentioned by name in the delivered by what person?
Fame. All right. So again, and it's less about. And again, it's probably less. The reason this is a question is less about those 4 specific names and more about. I'm just trying to think of a famous. I'm trying to think of a speech. Well, hold up. With 4 people. Famous meaning behind it with 4 people that you'd bring up like that. God, every time I just keep thinking Joe McCarthy and they keep singing "We Didn't Start the Fire," and
It's
that's
not. Yeah, it is not.
Billy Joel.
that's not helping in the slightest. Yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna probably just be staring blankly for a while.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pass on this one. I don't have a good guess.
I'm trying to even think of
Start giving hints at some point if you want.
it. Yeah, honestly, I think let's just
So I will say that the person delivering this speech would not be known for being a historical figure, if that makes sense.
All right.
Not be known for being a historical figure.
Okay.
Not a politician, not a citizen.
Right.
Okay, girls, come in and get your drink.
Is it Mr. Rogers?
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, Is it a real? Did this speech happen in real life, or is it was it a fictitious setting?
This is a real speech.
This is a real, actual speech.
Yeah, I'm fine with Mr. Rogers, I guess, if you want to do that.
I mean,
The only reason I even say that is because I know he made some speech before Congress, like in the 60s.
that's very true. I know. Yeah, that's very,
I
very
don't know
true.
if that's actually
Yeah, when he
I
was
don't-
talking, when he was appealing for
money
public
or something like that.
money for PBS, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like that. I love that. I want some more of it.
The Mr. Rogers Congress speech is a very good guess, but it is not that speech. The date of this speech was July 4th, 1939.
All right. The most important. Well, all right. That sounds pretty. Oh my lord! Me again. That's probably a good
Pass.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
You know an event
Is
that
it Charlie Chaplin?
that was too early. That's too early for a Joey Chestnut July 4th Nathan Hot Dogs victory speech. That sounds like right before World War II. I mean, but non-politician still, non-military. I don't know. Go for it.
I will read out the paragraph that mentions these people's names.
Okay.
When you look around, wouldn't you consider it a privilege to associate yourself with such fine-looking men as are standing in uniform in this ballpark today? Sure, I'm lucky. Who would consider...
Oh, dude. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Also the builder of baseball's greatest empire, Ed Barrow, to have spent 6 years with that wonderful little fellow, Miller Huggins. Then to have spent the next 9 years with that outstanding leader, that smart student of psychology, the best manager in baseball today, Joe McCarthy. Sure, I'm lucky.
I got it.
And the speech ends. So I close in saying that I might have been given a bad break, but I've got an awful lot to live for. Thank you. And these words are from a speech that is titled "The Luckiest Man on the Face of the Earth," and this is the famous Lou Gehrig speech delivered at Yankee Stadium. This is Lou Gehrig. All 4 of those figures
Great.
were managers, players, owners of.
I knew the Joe McCarthy. I knew I should have stuck with that. That I knew that was the only one I could have maybe thought of. But yeah, okay.
Lou Gehrig,
Yeah.
is our luckiest man.
Oh, damn. Okay.
But yeah, so hopefully that all rings a bell now. Number 2 is post NBC's era of must-see TV. Shows like My Name is Earl, The Office, Parks and Rec, 30 Rock, and Community were all features of what block of shows with a 4-word title?
So I think, all right, so this is definitely referring to the day that they all came on.
because they all it was all
It was all on Thursday, right?
it was like a Thursday night. It's like NBC Thursday. It's like must see Thursday night or something. I'm so this is so bad. I know this one especially. I'm upset about that. I'm not gonna get this one right because I know I spent many a night on my couch watching this. It's
You should feel bad for that, Drew.
it's
I think it's something like super good or something.
it's like it's like I think it's like I think it's Nikes. It's not must see NBT. It's NBC's. Oh damn it.
NBC.
30. It's like it's Thursday nights. It's like must see Thursday night. It's like
Can we bounce around on the questions?
That's fine. You want
NBC's
to pass it? We can come back to another one.
Yeah, can we skip it? Yeah.
Go to number 3.
Because that's just going to be Drew thinking about it until he
More
decides not to.
Number 3 was name both the German city and the German state home to the Helmholtz Center for Heavy Ion Research, where it has discovered elements like bohrium, Copernicum, and 2 elements named after the city and the state.
Okay. So I'm trying to. So there's a good bit of German-sounding elements as a proud chemistry major. However, not a one that hadn't stared at a periodic table in a while. I must say, which I used to do a good bit in my classes when bored. How about? So we're looking for all right, a state and a in a city in a state.
Yeah.
You said it's a German facility.
Yeah, the city is in Germany. The facility is in Germany. The city's in Germany. The state's in Germany. You know.
So let's go with.
I mean, you got. I'm just gonna start naming some cities, Drew, in Germany. Cologne. You got Hamburg. You got. I don't know, Munich. You got some other places too, probably.
Yeah.
They probably have more than 3 cities.
There's like this is rough too.
I'll say the state is probably more famous than the city.
Okay. How about man, this is bad. I need a hint. I need a hint probably.
There's I'll say there's not much hints here. I'll say that the city begins with a D and the state begins with an H, if that helps on either.
There's like Hafnium, Hofsteinium, or what is that? What is that? I don't even.
Yeah, that's
Stein.
yeah. Hafnium
That's a
is named
city.
after, I think it's a Swedish name.
What is that? Hofstein. What is that? That's an element, right? There's like a Hofsteinium.
There's holmium. I'm not sure if
What am I? I don't know what I'm looking
it's
at.
like it's all those heavy ones. Obviously.
I need look. How about you give me the element name or element the chemical symbol.
So,
Isn't that the name of the place?
the name of the city element is DS.
DS. That's. Jeez.
And
Even
the
that I should have gotten.
state
Okay.
element is HS.
That's hasnium. Is that
Hassium.
hassium? Oh,
It's named after Hesse.
Gee, all right, well,
Ah,
Yep. And the city in question here is Darmstadt.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Darmstadium. Yeah.
Darmstadt.
Darmstadium is 110, and Hassium is 108. So it is like those heavy ones there. But it is
So we're over for 2 in this round.
it's a very interesting thing that there's Darmstadtium within Hassium, within Germanium, within Europium. It's a nice, going out
Ooh,
of the geography of
like the Russian dolls.
exactly. It's like different geographic. The city of Darmstadt is within the like a layered, a 7-layer dip of element names. There you go. Number 4 is Erin Everly, the daughter of Don Everly of the Everly Brothers, is the subject of what 1988 Billboard #1 hit?
That's a cool question.
It's not My Girl because that came out in '64 and it was by The Temptations.
Yes, My Girl is not the 1988. That song is prior to that. That is true. My Girl is not a late 80s hit.
I know the
It
Everly
is not.
Brothers.
You would never guess
Hits.
by listening to it.
No, sure, absolutely, yeah.
Everly Brothers had hits like "When Will I Be Loved" or others, but that's not what's being asked here. Okay, hold up. How about 1988? Is that Bill? Ooh, is that Billie Jean? Maybe. No, I don't know. Was she claiming that she
I want to say
had a
that
baby
Billie
with
Jean
Michael
was like
Jackson?
84.
That's maybe all I can think of. When did Thriller come out? 88. I'm going Billie Jean. I'm like literally.
I'll leave it to you, Drew.
I'm going Billie Jean. I don't know why I think that. I don't know why that came to my mind. That's what
It's
I
a
want.
good song.
Billie Jean is certainly a good famous song. It is not Billie Jean though.
Damn. Okay.
I will say that Erin Everly would go on to marry. She was the girlfriend of the lead singer at the time,
Yeah, I had a feeling
and would later be married. But
Beverly is her first name.
Erin Everly is.
Aaron.
But she's not very.
Yeah, that didn't help me. I mean, I had a feeling it's a spouse. Oh man, I wish I had a thought on this.
The person.
I got nothing.
The person she married was Axl Rose.
Oh, okay. So it's well, which one do you want to choose? You want to choose "Sweet Child of Mine"? I guess. Let's choose. I guess we'll choose that.
I mean, yeah, that's.
I guess that's.
That is what it is. It is "Sweet Child of Mine." That is.
Well, all right. Well, I think it's 0, but okay.
I want to go back to the NBC question before we go to the final.
All right, dude, just tell me that one. I think I'm gonna be so upset about that one, but
You want to hear it?
yeah,
I never watched any of those shows live.
it's must see Thursday night or something.
Comedy Night Done Right.
Comedy Night Done Right, dude. That's
Drew, you
stupid.
watched that and you didn't know it.
I know. I had Thursday in my brain, and that's good. Okay, you're right. Yep, that's it. Yep. Okay.
No,
All right.
he didn't.
5.
There you
All
go.
right. Yeah, Pearson had to leave. But his last words were Price, Webb, Roth, which I love all of those. So, well, at least
That's good and it's bad because I knew 3 pitchers from the game, but I didn't know the other 2, and the 3 I knew were the 3 he happened to say. So, like, we got at least 3 of them.
He
But we
said,
still need to get the other 2.
well, I got 1, 2. I got one more I can add.
Jose
So,
Mata?
no, but that might be it. Because I was going to
Like
say,
that.
because Taylor, what was his name? Jonathan Taylor? John Taylor appeared in every single game, I think.
No,
year.
that was 2011.
But
'cause he was a pitcher for
nevertheless,
2
he was
years.
still on the team.
Yeah, he was on the team. 2010, he pitched the last inning in the first game because Blake Cooper pitched 8 innings and he got the bases loaded with nobody out in the 9th. So he got pulled and John Taylor came in and pitched the 9th inning. I don't know if he pitched the second game or not.
I mean, I would assume so, just because I feel
I'm
like
pretty sure Price was a pitcher when we won, like in whatever inning. it
Right,
was.
yeah,
I'm not
I
100%
yeah. That last, yeah, he got the win, I think. So I like.
Because
Matt
Roth
Price,
started. Tyler Webb definitely pitched at least
Roth.
once.
Tyler Webb. I like Mata and John Taylor.
Is that what you want to guess?
I think I mean just because
Yeah, that's what I want to guess.
All right. So those are your guesses. So in order of the pitchers,
But I don't know why you would say Mata, but okay, keep going. Yeah.
Michael Roth was
Yeah.
the starting pitcher. He
Yes.
threw 77 pitches. Coming in after Michael Roth, throwing 21 pitches, was Jose Mata.
Oh my.
Hey,
Look at that. Nice job, Joseph.
Tyler
we
Webb
go.
threw 2 pitches following Jose Mata.
They counted.
Exactly, it counts. After Tyler Webb was John.
The sidearm sensation,
Hey, good job,
baby.
That's right. He pitched the game before after Cooper.
Oh.
And closing was Matt Price with 46 pitches.
We got one of those.
So
One of the last 5
extremely-
questions.
So there you go. It was Michael Roth, Jose Mata, Tyler Webb, John Taylor, and Matt Price. 5 for 5, and you got the full points on that. You got stumped elsewhere, but you certainly got all the full credit for that question there. So that is extremely well done on that. Congratulations on that. I was not sure. It was I played this on Will, and Will was able to get 4 out of 5, and he did not have Jose Mata in his.
That
Can't
was going to
forget
be the
the
one that I
Mexican.
was going to struggle with for
That
sure.
was the one I was hanging my hat on at being the can you remember Jose?
Yeah.
And that is extreme.
Joseph, nice job, my guy.
There we go. The memory bank is still open,
That is good.
at least in
Joseph
regards to
made
USC
it.
sports.
I know it was, and it's a very questions about that game is all very fair game. You know,
I'm sure to be proud. Yeah. All right. So I figured out one more question I can ask you this round, but I don't know if I might just leave it with 4.
that's fine. Do what you need to do.
I know I've messed up. Look, I'm sorry to everybody if they're watching. I've messed up the assignment, and one of them is definitely specific to USC. But nevertheless, it'll be a fun fact of history, I guess.
Exactly. Fun fact.
Okay, so yeah, here we go. Here's 4 questions that I got, pretty specific to USC. I think it's 4. Do I have 4? Oh crap! Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Hold up. Oh, it might only be 3. Okay, whatever. Here. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. I got it. All right. Number 1, USC's first president, Jonathan Maxey, graduated from what Ivy League school? Okay, he was also this school's second president and youngest ever at only 24 years old, after being a Baptist minister, which was a requirement of all the presidents at that university till the 1920s. Number 2.
Joe is opening up something. I think.
Sorry,
There you go. Number
I'm
2.
breaking down a box.
The university's seal, Imalit Morris Nexinit Esse Furos, or oh crap, I wrote down what it meant and I just read it away. But oh my god, I feel bad.
Learning humanizes doesn't not permit us to be cruel.
There you go. Is a quotation from what Pontic's Roman poet? I got a hit for it too.
All right, let's go with that.
I got his best known work, but okay.
Don't do that. Don't hold on to that. So.
And then a nice USC one is, what food-themed student-led protest regarding compulsory campus eating resulted in the 1853 class of USC consisting of only 11 graduates, less than a fifth of that year's original class. And then honestly, let's just go with that as those 3. Can we just do those 3? I'm sorry, I butchered this, but
There you go.
let's just do that. 3.
The 3 there. So if you were reading out number 1 again.
Okay, yeah. So number 1, USC's first president, Jonathan Maxey, graduated from what Ivy League school? He was also this school's second president and the youngest ever at only 24 years old. After being a Baptist minister, which was a requirement for all presidents of this university till the 1920s.
This is very good. I don't have this immediately. I'm trying to think. I went to Cornell. Ever heard of it?
Yeah.
Cornell. Cornell was not a part of the Ivy League when Maxey would have been president of it. That was Cornell was kind of like 70 years after the fact. I can name. Let's see. Let me just write down the schools real quick, so that I can just have them. They're all old. The other 7 Ivy League schools are Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Penn, Dartmouth, Brown, and Columbia. Jonathan Maxey would have been. Did you say it was before or after? You didn't actually. I don't think you said. I don't know.
He graduated from this university.
Okay, so it would have been right. True, this would have been after. So he would have been. This would have been late 1700s is when he would have gone to this school, and also been president of the school.
Sounds about right.
And this is old. This is all after the revolution, though. So I think most of these were all pretty that old. I don't like Harvard. Harvard was all the Puritans. I don't like that. Yale, I don't really know their religious history, the history of Yale.
Chris, I'll give you a hint.
I
I did not go to the school.
Okay. I think you went. Where did you go to school? Where did you go?
He's here. He's
I'm
a
gonna go see.
Gamecock.
Oh,
Now
what-
everybody here's a
Yeah.
Gamecock.
I was making sure it wasn't some kind of ultra hint. I was like, I'm pretty sure you went to USC, didn't you? Yeah. So Penn, I'm pretty sure it has some Quaker history, as it was the city of Quakes. Dartmouth, Brown. I feel like Columbia was Catholic. It was Manhattan, but I like either Yale or Princeton. I don't know. I don't like Brown being Baptist. Well, Roger Williams was Baptist. Maybe it's Brown. Maybe it's man. First Baptist Church in Providence was. I don't like Yale. I'm gonna go Brown. I'm gonna go Brown University is my guess.
You know, he was baptized by James Manning, Jonathan Maxey, who was the first president of Brown University.
That's
So that is correct. You are correct. It was Brown. That was nice. That was fun.
That was very impressive.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, part of it was after this January, I got to visit Providence, Rhode Island, and I got to see Brown University. I didn't see Maxey's name anywhere. I need to look again. I should look at the map harder to see if there was a Maxey building somewhere. But I did get to see the First Baptist Church in Providence, and Roger Williams founded the colony, and so I knew that. I mean, that's the only thing I knew. It's nearby. Providence isn't a huge town. You know, all the buildings are semi-nearby.
I just like how he was president at 24. So
That's young. God,
we could be running the university right now.
that's wild. That's 20. You shouldn't be president of a university. But then it was like what? Probably like
Well,
four.
was he president of Brown at 24 or USC?
Yeah, at Brown. He was president of Brown at 24.
I thought it was at USC.
No.
How many colleges were even in America at 1770?
That's a good question. Yeah.
I feel like it was basically the Ivy League schools, and I don't think anything else made it. You know, it was the Ivy League schools and William and Mary, and those were the only schools that were around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm lucky that Brown was right. So there you go.
There you go. It was indeed Brown University. This Baptist over there. Okay, so number 2, the university's seal, Emolet, Morit, Neck, Senate Essay Furos, is a quotation by what Roman poet?
Yeah. So I only have like 2 guesses here. It's one or the other, and I can't imagine it's not one of those 2. Or 3. Actually, it's 3. The famous Roman poet is Ovid. The next 2 would be Horace and Juvenal, however you say it. I'm gonna say Ovid. I will say Ovid is the Roman poet here.
I was going to say that he was better known for his work Metamorphosis, and it officially its learning humanizes character and does not permit it to be cruel.
Translations are hard. There's your Latin there. Ovid wrote Metamorphosis.
Yes, it is obvious.
Horace wrote his odes, and Juvenus wrote his satires. Were his the main things. Those I didn't know it was. I guess all Latin mottos are quotes from some book from many years ago. I never really thought about it. I just assumed like
Mhm.
I guess I thought they're just like good phrases translated to Latin as opposed to it being like a quote from a Latin work. But that's all fair.
Yes, that was correct. And then the last one was what food-themed student-led protest regarding compulsory campus eating resulted in the 1853 class consisting of only 11 graduates.
Yeah, this is a fun nugget because it was chicken McNuggets. It was basically apparently in the first century of USC, if you went to the school, you had to eat on campus. You couldn't go off campus to 5 Points and get you some cookout. Very disappointing. And apparently the food was terrible. There was worms in the food. It was just that, and they were serving it. It was just that bad, and everyone got mad, and they left the school. And it's called the Great Biscuit Rebellion.
That Bojangles would be proud, I guess.
Yes, that was it. It's always
They didn't have a good one. That's the problem.
Sponsored by Bojangles at the time, but
The
yes,
Great Biscuit Rebellion is Michael Jordan replacing Bojangles, which
gosh, don't even get me started on that.
so there we go. So that is our main set. There's one more question, so I will read it. This is a question that was written by Team Sock Monkey from the previous episode, and I will now read it for all of us. It's been emailed to me. I have not read it until now, so here we go. Let me read the final question. So, oh man, give either the number or the year of the lowest scoring Super Bowl ever. So it's I think I have my guess.
Okay. I mean, I'm trying to think. I think it was. Yeah, you go ahead. You guess. What do you have?
I mean, isn't it
I don't have a good guess.
Brady from 2 years ago? Isn't it the 2019 53? I think.
How much?
Oh,
Wait. You said this is the highest scoring or the lowest scoring?
Lowest scoring.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this was.
that was 13-3, wasn't it?
Yeah. What was that? 13-3. Does that sound right?
I mean, I knew it was low. I knew it was almost like a field goal. But
I remember that if you were playing Office Squares on that game, that it was the same digit that it ended with, like both scores.
sure. But I mean, 13-3 we missed.
And it was the same at halftime and at the end of the game. So I
Wow.
was very frustrated by that. People
Uh,
double dipped, and that was frustrating. But
I think it's definitely low. Is there another one? I feel like it's that one.
that's what I'm gonna go with.
That's a
So
good guess.
yeah, that was that. So that was not this past year, but 2 years ago. So what? 2018.
The
Or
2018, 2019.
or
2018, 2019. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Wait. Yeah. Because I was thinking the Eagles were not in between there. You're right. Yeah. So yeah. It's definitely,
2018 was Eagles, 2019 was Patriots, and then 2020 was
yeah.
who won this year?
Chiefs.
The Chiefs. Yeah. Because that was.
That's definitely who won this year. All right, so 2019 is the guess.
But yeah. All right. Yeah.
We got it right. 2019 Super Bowl.
Hey, good job, Chris.
Nice job, Christopher.
Yeah, that's exciting. But no, and but that is it. So the final score for y'all is y'all accumulated. Let's see, two. Gotta add up all the numbers here. Y'all have 9.5 points on this very hard set that I wrote, and then I earned 12 on mine. So that was very exciting there. So did you at home score more than 9.5 on theirs or 12 on mine? And like I said, if you did, congratulations on that. But that was a very, very well played. Y'all did extremely well. Y'all you had to name 10 Gamecock players of all time, and you got all 10. Nobody.
There we go.
Tasha Harris, Jonathan Joseph, and Jose Mata were the hard ones of the three each one, and you found all three of the difficult names there. So very well done. So thank you all. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back again very soon with another game. So thank you all. And everyone take care. Stay inside. Hope to see you again soon.